Hi everyone, my name is Miss Hall and I am your child's geometry teacher. Sorry we couldn't all be together tonight, but hopefully this video gives you a little bit of an idea of what your child's class looks like, what their grades consist of, and what is required of them.
First, a little bit about me. This is my 15th year of teaching, all here at Cocalico, and I am a Cocalico alumni. So, First, a little bit about me. This is my 15th year of teaching, all here at Cocalico, and I am a Cocalico alumni, so I know the area very well, and I'm really happy to be back where I grew up. In addition to teaching math, I also coach the girls' tennis team, and I help out with a bunch of other sports, keeping the clocks, stats, and things like that. And I help out with the Leo Club as well. In geometry, topics that we're going to cover in geometry. We start out with a lot of vocabulary. We get into some logic and reasoning and get all the basics down for geometry. And then we start getting into properties of parallel lines, triangles, properties of quadrilaterals, circles, area and perimeter and volume, and special right triangles as well. And all while we're doing that we are also looking at proofs and writing things out step by step in order to prove all the theorems that we learn. So within the class, each marking period is made up of each marking period grade is made up of two parts. The first one is independent work, which is 40% of their grade, and this consists of in-class assignments, homework, and any projects that we might have. The homework, what I do to check that, it's based on completion. So if they did the homework, they get full credit. If they didn't, then they don't get full credit, or they don't get any credit at all if they did not do the homework. And the other assignments, they are able to continue to make corrections in order to improve their grade if they did not do well on it the first time. Then tests and quizzes are worth 60% of their grade. Tests and quizzes, typically there's one quiz and one test per chapter. Sometimes there might be two quizzes in a chapter, but most of them are one and one, and that's worth 60% of their grade. Then their final grade consists of 40% for each marking period, and then 20% for the final exam. This is not a Keystone class, so they do not take a Keystone test at the end, so that's why we have the final exam. It is cumulative, so it covers everything throughout the semester, but one thing that's really nice about geometry is that it really builds upon itself. So some of the things that we are learning now in the beginning of the semester really become simpler to the kids at the end of the semester because they've been using it all semester long. Materials, calculators. ATI 84 is not required for this class. If they have one, wonderful. It's not going to hurt them to have one, but it is not a requirement for this course. So I have calculators here, and then I tell the kids if they're at home, they can just use their phone calculator or a calculator on the computer. I know Desmos is a very popular one. They just need to make sure it has a square root function because we will be doing some with square roots towards the end of the semester. Every student was also offered a spiral-bound notebook. This was just because if they are at home and they might not be able to locate a piece of paper, they can use the notebook and they have it there. So hopefully they're not at home for an extended period of time, but just in case they have it. Books, the kids do not have a hard copy of the book. We have classroom sets here, so when they're in school, they use them. But otherwise, they use the book online, and I will show you where they can access that in just a couple moments. So, Schoology, what do your students see when they're at home? So when we go into Schoology, they click on their courses, and they will have this geometry course. So we go in here. This first file right here is their book. So they should have it downloaded on their computer. If not, they just click on it and it downloads. And I can show you what it looks like. Here's what it looks like. So it looks exactly like the book. It's just an electronic version of it. And they can slide through it and see the different examples. Then within Schoology, I organize it by week. So the current week's always at the top, and then previous weeks are down below, so they can always access, excuse me, they can always access anything that they might have missed. But I also highly recommend that if they are absent, that they go on Schoology, because everything that we do is posted right on Schoology. I'll show you Wednesday, for example. We have the goals for the day, warm up, and then the lessons. The lessons have videos with them, so they can watch those videos. I'm sure they'll still have some questions if they are out when they come back, but at least they can get a general idea of what they missed by watching the videos and working through that with the note sheet. So hopefully that gave you a little bit of an idea of what your child's geometry class is going to look like. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me with any questions or concerns. My email is there, chall@cocalico.org, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening.